is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Saturday in April? Welcome to Reality Bytes. My name is Eric. This is a bi-monthly VR talk show where we'll talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about because it's going to be a fun show. But before we go any further, let me introduce these two guys with me. As always, my buddy Todd from Q2C VR Gamer Live. Todd, how are you doing, buddy?
Hi diddly ho diddly. I'm doing fantastic. Can't wait for the show. It's gonna be fun times.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And this guy down below does not need an introduction, but I like to talk, so I'll do it anyway. This is the hardest working man in VR. I can attest to that. GT, what's going on, Gamertag? How you doing, man?
Hello, Eric. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me on the show. Cheers. Thank you.
Hell yeah, man. This is going to be an awesome show. We really had an idea to do this show a long time ago because we wanted to get out there to some people that we were missing. And, doing a 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time show, we miss a lot of that stuff. And a lot of people just can't make it. And we wanted to do another show, but we didn't want to do it just another show. You know what I mean? It had to be a different show. And we needed somebody else to be with us. And you were pretty much the only one that we wanted to do it with. So we messaged you a long time ago, and you were like, man, I would love to do this, but it's maybe just not the right time. And then, I don't know, what was it, like GDC time? You messaged and said, you said, I need some more on my plate because I'm not busy enough.
I was just like, the last couple of months have just been crazy in my life. So yeah, it was all over the place. You've got some real... I know nearly every single person in your chat, dude. That is amazing.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
It's
so just going nuts right now.
It's so cool to see such a crossover, right? I mean, when you can take your a lot of your community and like the virtual strangers community, and then the Q2C VR gamer community, even like the Between Realities guys, Skiba and Alex, a lot of their community too is such a close knit group of people, which is awesome, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, guys, so I think this is going to be a little bit of a different show. I mean, coming on bi-monthly, we're not going to have like set days that we do this. We're just going to kind of figure out what works best with our schedule and Gamertag schedule, coming into the month. So we will kind of announce them as we go, but it is going to be like, twice a month on a Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And, it's something that we don't want to repeat or go over a million things that everybody has already done. But I think we're going to have interesting takes, guys, right, on things that are going on in virtual reality. And I think our discussions will hopefully be a little bit different than you might be able to catch from every other podcast out there.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be good. You're great, dude. You're getting super chats and everything. It's well cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's say hi to the super chats already. Thank you guys so much. Troy Gillis says, "Good morning, VR gamers," with a $10 super chat. Troy Gillis, you are the man. Thank you. Good morning. And it's good afternoon for GT, though.
Yeah, don't worry about my time. I'm in the future, man.
It's
not great.
We got a $5 super chat from Felipe. Plays that funky music till he dies. Lieras. Nice, buddy.
Okay, I tell you.
He says, let's go. I'll be back in a few, out with the fam, but congrats, yo. And,
that's nice.
That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. But,
that's cool.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's say hi to our chat a little bit, guys, and just recognize some of these awesome people that are on here. Backing up all the way to the beginning, we had Alex VR had stopped in and said, "Hype is real." It is real. It is real. We got Ryan Brannon, Chris 9989, Mike Newton, some guy named Lamplyghter. Skiba 007 stopped in. Master Cool was here. Mickey Burr, VR Spry Guy, Michelle Dillon, Wes's wife. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing this morning? I'm sure Wes is probably sleeping, but how you doing? We got Mr. Tasselhoff here. Daniel Kaz is here. Onakazi's here. What's going on, Onakazi? Radio Runt, Wolveraza, Troy Gillis, Traveling Man 3775. Traveling Man, we may have a little surprise for you later, man. You need to hang out. We got a little surprise for you. Techno Glitch is here. Michelle B is here. Dark Angel is here. Oh my God, you're right, GT. It's all the regulars. I love it. Sir Cow.
Some of these comments definitely stand out from the rest. Like sadly, Bradley just commented, "So many VR nerds," and you couldn't be more correct.
Absolutely.
Stinks of nerd around here.
You know what? I love being a VR nerd, though. That's like one of my favorite things. You know what I mean?
Whenever I talk to anyone about what I do, man, like they kind of don't think I fit the bill. Do you know what I'm saying? I think like VR people are a little bit not as like what I would class as a nerd. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You know, it's weird.
VR is the cooler side of being a nerd, right?
I think so. I think
I
think
so.
you're right.
Yeah.
I think we are for sure. We got Z Storm Games is here. What's going on, Zach? How you doing, man? Artful is here. La Aura is here. Pace Tyson's here. Nibble Hine. Oh my God, so many people here. It's crazy. I can barely keep up with. Terry Jackson's here. Would that be your wife, Todd?
That would be my dad.
Oh, okay. Well, Terry, either way. Saying X is here. And oh my God, crazy.
Oh, I love that.
Mepper is here. What's going on, Mepper? Fabster. Artful, I think I said. Sim is here, and that's just the YouTube. I don't know who's in Facebook, Todd, but
You got double GT on there as well. I don't know if you saw that.
Hey, GT is here. Awesome.
Yep, we are finally on Facebook. It is working, so that's good.
Nice. And sadly, Esprelli says, "I'm very cool." Very true.
He's very cool.
Absolutely.
And, on Facebook, we have William Knocker and Aaron Lutz has stopped by and chat on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
Welcome.
Aaron Lutz from he's one of the developers behind Arcaxer. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, how you doing, Aaron? And Tasselhoff with a $5 super chat says Masher loves Beat Saber. He just can't admit it to himself. We're not talking any Beat Saber today.
Yeah, we're not going there today.
I can't go down that path anymore. People are killing me, man. I can't go down that path anymore. GT, are you a fan of Beat Saber? You're a big fan of Beat Saber, I assume, right?
I'm a fan of Beat Saber. There's been moments where it's wowed me, but yeah, I think when you're in content creation and you come across so many like copyright strikes and stuff like that, you tend to try and avoid music games a little bit, music rhythm games, you know. It's nice when they do their own music packs, like the last one. You can cover that easy enough. There's no issues. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, I mean, it's the most known game in the world, the most known VR game in the world, and it's not on Pico Neo. So yeah,
and it's not on Pico Neo.
No.
Thought I'd chuck it out there the other day.
I
put it on Twitter the other day, and I wanted to just ask people, like, you do realize that potentially, yeah, that one game, and that's what I kind of think with the Pico Neo I was talking about. And I imagine if you went into a superstore, let's say you can buy these on the shelf, and you'd have the Oculus Quest, because it's still got Oculus on the box, I believe, at the moment. Some of them say Meta, I think, but I haven't come across one yet.
Yeah.
And then you saw the Pico Neo, which looks kind of identical, blah, blah, blah. And then someone said, oh, you know, I want to play Beat Saber, or you got it home. Like, we play Beat, no, you can't get Beat Saber on this. You'd be like, oh, it's like a cheap knockoff.
what am I buying?
Yeah, I just think a lot of people would be like that. Literally because of Beat Saber.
Yeah. You know what is number one on the Pico store that you can get, which is really a great game too, is Audio Trip. Audio Trip is a good game, and that is the number one game sales wise on the Pico Neo store. So
that's what I mean. There's such a big audience for rhythm games. You know,
big time. Right?
Is Synth Riders available on Pico Neo?
That's a great question.
It is. It is. Yep.
See, I think Synth Riders is far better than Audio Trip myself.
100%. You're so right. I love Synth Riders.
And better than Beat Saber. I love Synth Riders as well. The multiplayer in Synth Riders, when you can actually, you know, talk with each other and trash talk each other while you're playing and send those, you know, those crazy balls at each other. It's so much more fun than.
Yeah, dude. I just love I love the music.
Leaderboard.
The actual music in Synth Riders is my favorite. I actually did play that on Spotify in my car and stuff. I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And you know what? Talking about copyright, you know, with YouTube, man, you can't even play a trailer anymore and not get copyrighted, because we got hammered when we played the Ghostbusters the other day. And
man, crazy.
It was
I
funny.
never got hit with Ghostbusters, but yeah.
In Dreams messaged me like, "Hey, sorry." So they're like, they messaged us on our video and like, "Sorry, you guys got hit." And I'm like, yeah.
They're like, hope you don't get hit, but you might, and we did.
Yeah.
You just got to talk over everything, and then you don't have to worry about it. But
that's it. Well, apparently you can go against the copyright if you say you've made it into some sort of more original content. In other words, like you're saying, you're talking over it. It's part of a podcast. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
we do that. We end up having to go through and fight a bunch of claims all the time.
It's always a process. It's always a process. It's too funny. Well, yeah, cool. We want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate everybody being here. It's amazing right now. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we have some really cool stuff to talk about today. And we have always with us, um, our buddy D is always here. We gotta bring in D and say hi.
Hi,
What's
D.
up, D? How you
Hi.
doing? How you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
So D has been so excited this week. She's barely slept. She
Can you see these bags under my eyes? Like, yeah, that's a 3-hour nap right there, baby. And coffee and excitement. Like, I'm literally like shaking.
She's
right now,
shaking.
so
Yeah.
it's all good.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Nice.
crash after this, but right now I'm good.
Absolutely. But we couldn't have a show without giving some stuff away. So we have some cool stuff to give away today too. So D, we're gonna give away an M1 Pro from BOBOVR. And I think we all use them. Or no, I'm sorry, an M2 Pro from
M2 Pro.
BOBOVR. Right.
Right.
I think we all use them, right? GT, do you use a Bobo?
Yeah, I've got the M2. Yeah. I've got
I
the
use-
M1 conversion kit as well, whatever it is, but I didn't like that personally in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I did a review on the conversion kit, and I'm just not an elite strap fan, so the M2 went right back on.
The Elite Strap is what I started with, and then I won the M2 Pro from Q2C and never looked back. Yeah, I know. So
Right.
I love it. I love the Halo strap.
Yeah,
For sure.
Bobo's cool stuff, man. They got good stuff, and I'm like the opposite. I'm not a huge Halo strap fan, but I am a
Yeah.
huge M1 Pro fan, and that's an Elite strap fan. And that's what I use, which is the M1 Pro. So yeah, we're gonna give an M2 Pro away, and we are going to. We should give one away right now. We should give an M1 Pro away to somebody in chat who wanted to win one the other night, and he did win something, Todd. He won a pair of flip flops. He won a pair of Q2C flip flops, but he was really looking to win an M1 Pro, and we're going to give one to somebody who supports a lot of different VR people in this world, in the world that we are in. Even I think he's a channel member of your channel, also GT. That would be Traveling Man.
That'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Such a cool dude, Traveling Man. He supports a lot of VR channels, and he's everywhere, man. And he's a really good dude, and he's kind of everywhere. So I think I think he deserves it, and I want him to have it, and you guys want him to have it. GT's the one who's been having Todd and D. So Traveling Man, Reality Bytes is going to get you set up with your M1 Pro. Or an M2 Pro, whichever one you want, man. If you prefer the M2 over the M1, just let me know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll get you set up. So there's our first winner, guys, of Reality Bytes. Congratulations.
First giveaway.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Cool. And then we got some games to give away, GT. We're gonna give away Warplanes, the new one, the Battles over Pacific.
Yep.
We're gonna give away In Death Unchained.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Have you done the new levels yet, you guys?
D has.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to me, D.
I first thing I found out, I suck with the bow. I need the crossbow. I can't do something. I can't do
Right.
it. Beautiful. I love it. I love the mechanics, the shots. I just can't. I can't do a bow.
You play seated though, don't you?
No, I stand up.
Oh, you do stand. Good.
Yeah.
For that one, you have
Yeah,
to really.
you have to with the bow. Crossbow, it's like I can sit with that, but the bow, not at all. But it's my favorite game. It was one of the first ones I picked up when I bought the Quest about a year ago, and it's one of my constants that I go to.
Yeah. I know a few people who play it. Phenomenal is one of my Discord mods. She absolutely loves In Death, and regularly, like each week, she'll be in there playing it. So
Yeah,
and that's great, man. But I need to jump into those new levels because I saw some of the artwork. I thought it was artwork, and then I heard they actually do look like the artwork. Like
it's amazing. Dude.
Yeah, like it's
amazing.
really good looking
and scary. And I get scared. These two know how I like. I don't like scary stuff, but there's some stuff on Desolation.
Yeah?
Just no.
Cool.
So Wes from Virtual Strangers just said he just hit number 53 on the leaderboard, and he plays seated, Todd.
Damn.
Yeah.
He plays seated.
He loves
How,
that game.
man. Like my highest after like hours is like 33,000. I can't do it. Oh my god.
It's such a good game though, and man, Super Bright has just done such a great job with that conversion and bring that game from PC over to the Quest 2 or the Quest platform. And man, they just keep adding to that game and they haven't charged one dime of DLC yet. I mean,
yeah, right? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't
Such
let
a
them
good
know,
game.
but if they did start charging, take my money. I don't care.
Don't let
Take
him know.
I'm telling them right now.
Oh, dude.
Okay. Hey, you know what? If that leads to more content and something in a game that I love, take it.
Yeah.
You
Big
know?
shout out to Traveling Man. Thank you very much for the super chat. Love you too, buddy. And you know how to get a hold of us for that win. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he
Congratulations,
does.
man. You deserve it. And then we've got 2 Steam keys to give away also, guys. So we're gonna give away Warplanes and In-Depth Quest keys, and then we have a key for Superhot we're gonna give away, Steam key, and we have a
Steam
key
version, yeah.
for Traffic Jams to give away
nice
as well.
It's
So,
Super Hot, man. It's like the game that really started it all for me in a way. That crazy immersion where you go into VR and then put on another VR headset. Like that is
right.
That is fantastic. Not enough games kind of do that in my mind, and that always stayed with me. That idea.
I haven't
Yeah,
played it.
there's another first one too. If you're looking at games that people should, you put people in for the first time into VR. That's another one. A lot of people put.
What did Dee
people in
just say?
Did she
Oh
say
my
she's
God,
never
no,
played it?
No, nothing. I said I've
No,
played
you
it a
didn't, did you?
lot.
I missed it.
Did you say you haven't
Oh.
played it?
I've played it a lot.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
Dude. My
Hey, this is
God.
not me this time, guys. This is not me.
She's gone.
She's out.
Oh my god.
So on Thursday, people were giving me shit because I kept game shaming Dee because she hadn't
Yeah.
played Saints and Sinners and she hadn't played
Boneworks and
Boneworks or Red Matter or
Damn, bro.
Well,
most of the list.
That Saints and Sinners, I got a good excuse. I'm scared, dude.
You know what's great though is Gamer Chick Tiffany from Skydance said that she would be there with you and hold your hand and
Yeah,
watch.
she'll walk you through it.
She'll walk you through it.
That's
How great
nice.
is she to do that with you? That would be a great stream to watch you and Tiffany do that.
Hey, I'll do it. Whatever. I'm just as long as someone's there with me.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, Dee, we're gonna give some stuff away in a little bit. We'll come back to you in a little bit. We'll see you in just a few minutes, and we'll give some.
I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm gonna be sitting back here reacting to stuff and.
Hell yeah! Don't go play Superhot while we're on here.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you in a minute. All right, guys, let's get into some meat and potatoes of the show and talk. We are going to talk a little bit about. I thought it would be good. I know that everybody is probably tired of hearing about the Meta Showcase. GTU guys live streamed it, and you guys gave away 2 headsets, man. Good for you. That was
crazy.
kick-ass.
Yeah.
On a day where everybody and their brother streamed it, you guys had I think you guys averaged 500 people.
It was 419 concurrently.
Oh, just take the 500, man.
Well, it's not the high. It's not the highest I've had. No, because I've always wanted to beat my own record. My own record was 460 for a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, but during a spot where everybody streamed it, right? I mean,
Right. There was so many people.
When you look down the page of people live streaming, it was crazy how many people decided to live stream, right? I don't think I've ever seen that many for that type of thing, right? I mean, everybody did it.
Do you know what I think? A lot of people in that chat I knew, so it always feels like, I don't know, friends and family are in there almost, but I'm not a very hype person, so I feel very honoured. Do you know what I mean? I don't overreact, I don't shout, I don't pretend to be massively excited, so it always feels good that I could just be myself and people want to tag along, so it's good.
Yeah.
It's good like that.
Makes you know that people love you and love hearing what your take is, because they could consume that anywhere, but people tune in, and sometimes they tune into multiple because they like people, but they want to hear what your individual take is on it. It's not about the content; it's about what you think of the content. That's important to people. So
yeah, I agree.
Which is kind of cool, right? Because everybody could just watch the Meta Showcase. They don't need to watch someone watching the Meta Showcase.
Yeah, I know. It's
know that they're there to watch you.
It's a weird. It is weird. It is a strange Inception-y thing.
Yeah,
for me, and but yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I think let's just touch quick. Let's not go over the games, but Todd, we'll start with you. If you had to grade it on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the Meta Gaming Showcase?
I would say 8.5, 9. Like I wasn't disappointed with anything. There was obviously some content that maybe got skipped over that you would have liked to hear about. But if there's no news to tell you about it, I don't need to hear the same shit that we heard in November. So
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they came out and said those games aren't coming. They just
Right.
didn't give us any info on them. So
right.
I hear you.
But the games that they did talk about, other than
What,
flogging their own Beat Saber, that was annoying. But
what was your
other
number
than
one?
that,
What was your number one title that you were like, this is I'm super stoked and happy about this one?
I think Ghostbusters got me the most giddy. But Saints and Sinners is probably the one I'll spend the most time in.
How about you, GT? Let's get your gauge first. Tell us.
Okay, so I thought the actual production was fantastic. One of the best. I thought it was really good. Ruth Bram done a fantastic job. Wasn't cheesy. There's going to be no memes about what she did. It was great the way she drove off in the car afterwards. You know, so you got to give credit to them. At the moment, like for a lot of people, Meta isn't gaming. You know, it's not a gaming thing. But I think that kind of proved that whatever part of that Oculus Meta Quest brand that they're dealing with, they're doing it right. So I was happy with that. I was a bit gutted about some of the games, but I think the games that I'm really excited about would definitely be Saints and Sinners for sure. I think that's going to be absolutely incredible. I can't wait, because not only that, when you play that game, you got a lot of game to play. There's going to be a lot of content there. What else was there really? Cities VR looks really good. A lot of people are asking about what that is, and how that's going to be, the depth of it, because I've not played personally Cities Skylines, but I've heard that is really in depth. So, how will that trend? Yeah, so how will that translate into virtual reality? I don't know. Maybe they've been smart and possibly thinned it out a bit, but then you've always going to have someone else saying, "Oh no, you've missed this." So I don't know how that's going to go, but obviously bringing a game from non-VR and actually like building it from the ground up into VR with a brand that size, because it is very popular, flat, will be interesting. So yeah, that is. But I see Ghostbusters. I was hype. Like I actually edited my reactions, and I swore. I was like, oh my god, like literally. One of the best things, my daughter's just got into Ghostbusters. She's 13. She's just watched the original.
Nice.
Went and saw the new one. Absolutely loved it. And that game was announced. I was like, wow. But then I saw it was like a CG trailer. It wasn't actually like gameplay and stuff. So my hype then went a little bit, only a little bit. But yeah, for the show, I thought it was really good, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I killed their last show. I remember last year's show. I'm like, it was. I didn't think it was that great, and and I don't sugarcoat it when it comes to Meta. Not a fanboy by any means, but so as they were going through the show, I'm like, man, that was awesome. Man, that was awesome. Man, that was awesome. I remember we were doing Virtual Strangers during the show. We streamed it, and we got to the end of the show, or where you thought the end of the show was going to be, and I was kind of doing this. If you look at me on camera, I'm like, okay. I mean, I was kind of shaking my head. I wasn't going like, wow, this was fantastic, but I was like, okay, I liked everything that was here. Then the Ghostbusters thing came up, and then I'm like, boom. For me, that kind of put me over the top. I mean, it would have been great if we could have saw some gameplay, but it's so new. I understand why they probably didn't do that. But for me, that put me over the top. That probably brought me from like a good 7 to 8, probably into the 9 range. I'm going to give this a 9. Every game on here, there's not one game on here that I would be like, that's trash. I don't want to go play that. I think most people should be excited for every one of those games. And to me, where people they lost their excitement for the show, or they were like, I'm not excited, because they didn't hear either dates, which you're not going to hear dates. They're just not going to do that. I mean, they'll give you roundabout like summer or fall sometimes, but we weren't going to hear dates. So people are like, oh, I didn't get any dates. I'm a little upset. Or they were like, I didn't hear anything Assassin's Creed. I didn't hear anything for Splinter Cell, and I didn't hear anything or see anything GTA. So for me, it was more about what they didn't see and less about what the games they did see that had people disappointed.
I mean, we haven't mentioned Bone Labs, which is crazy, because when you go onto the MetaQuest YouTube channel, that was literally Project 4 was like typed everywhere. Because I think Bone Lab, sorry, I don't think it's Bone Labs, I think it's Bone Lab. And then obviously you got that whole discussion of what is it? Because it looked, and this is my theory of it, it looked like you start on a story campaign and then you end up in a physics-based sandbox game with multiple different places you can visit in those rooms, possibly doing different things. But I don't think it's going to be a single-player campaign similar to what Boneworks was. Even though some people, like when I explained about Boneworks, it is a physical playground, but they stitched it together in a story type way. For me personally, that's how I took the game and really enjoyed playing it and all the stuff that has come with that. So, but it looked phenomenal. That did look very good. It did look very good.
Oh my god! And there are people on both sides of the fence. There's people like, it's sandbox. I don't want to. There was no story in the first. But look, there was. I remember seeing Skiva from Between Realities talking about it either that night during our Thursday show, or he talked about it on his show on Friday, where he's played through it now probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, he talked about it on Friday night.
Well,
Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's people that absolutely love it.
Yeah, there is an immersion there that is pretty insane. Like Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life Alyx and Boneworks were two of the worst things that happened to VR in some ways because it was just such a high bar.
Right? Exactly. Set the bar so high. Everybody compares everything to those two games. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and like Boneworks obviously goes viral all the time, the clips and stuff, the crazy shit you can do in that. But yeah, I mean, if it comes to the Quest, that's going to be massive. Like, that's going to be huge.
Yeah. And I feel pretty comfortable with that one. We know what these guys can do, so I feel pretty comfortable with that one. The one game in that showcase that's got me the most nervous is the NFL game because, and I think I said this the other night, this is either really going to be great for VR or this could be bad for VR. Because if they don't do it right and they do it badly, this could make people go, that's why I don't play VR. This is going to make people, because it could bring people into VR that have never been into VR before, but if it can be the same way where it brings those people out and says, you know what, I'm done with VR. I don't want anything to do with it anymore because of this, because that's the reason. See how that game is so janky and trashed? That's the reason. So I just hope they do a good job with the football. But that's got me the most nervous out of any of those games. I think everything else feel pretty good with.
I agree. The name NFL is what's got us worried. If it wasn't NFL backing it, I think it wouldn't have been a big deal with a football game. Like 2MD came out, no one was comparing that to anything. It was a football game. No one was going to say, if this fails, I'm taking my Quest back. But
who's the developer of the game?
I don't even know.
That's what will worry me a bit because you've got the guys who've done what's the other game we've got? Like, I know
2MD.
loves it.
2MD,
yeah. So I personally, I don't know much about NFL, football. I don't know much about that side of it. So it's not really a game that I could be excited about personally. I'm pleased that a brand is coming, but obviously if you love that kind of brand, I would be exactly the same as you. I'll be thinking, you got to get it right. You can't mess around with this.
Yeah, because I think it has the ability to bring people in who haven't been in there before. I think you really could bring in, a lot of those Madden people,
Well, I think it's going to get attention on media that isn't normally a VR showcase. Like,
it always does, things like that, yeah.
Sports shows are going to, I'm from Canada. We don't have the NFL. Well, people watch it up here, but I'm a CFL guy. So I'm sure the ESPN and all the Sportsnet and all that kind of stuff down in the States is going to bring up the fact that NFL is in VR.
I was very lucky when I was in New York, it was around the Super Bowl, and there was like a crazy fact on the news that I think the Super Bowl Sunday is the day the second most amount of food is consumed, and the first is Christmas Day. Like, that's how big of a day that is. I didn't realize that until I was actually in New York hearing that on the news. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, some jobs or businesses actually give their employees the day after the Super Bowl off just because they know it's it's like a non-productive day if they do bring them in anyway because everybody's over. We're so
after
full
a football game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Isn't Super Bowl like a Super Bowl Sunday? Isn't it a holiday in some states?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's a national holiday, but I think it's
I like that cup, dude. I'm on that cup and I haven't got one. Why?
I know.
I don't remember giving the rights of my my busted nose.
It was too funny. So Todd sent GT all the stuff for the graphics, and we're trying to make this stuff up, and GT's like, this is brilliant, but why does my nose look so weird?
Yeah, I've not got a great face or anything, but yeah, my nose. But oddly enough, it does look like me. Like
it looks like you, man. It does look like you.
It does. Thank you. It looks.
The guy did a good. The guy who did a good job. The guy who does the character, he did a good job. But but was that D who cut? Did he cut? Did she cut GT out there? Is that what she
No,
did?
it was my browser.
No, that was him.
Everybody was like, "Is that D? Did D do that? D? How dare you?"
This might be the next big thing, right? If NFL takes off, NHL could come.
Oh, I'd love that personally. I used to play a
Right?
game called Slapshot on the Master System, and I absolutely love that game.
yeah.
There's a
Blades
VR
of
game in
Steel.
SideQuest. Oh, imagine Blades of Steel VR.
Blades of Steel was my
That should be the franchise that comes.
console hockey game.
Oh, I haven't played that.
Oh,
Or
it was
even
so good.
NHL 2022, like 2023 in VR would be phenomenal.
I remember Blades of Steel on my Sega. It was such a good game. We're gonna get to some old school gaming here in a little bit, but let's all right. We all thought the showcase was good. I think we got some really good things to look forward to coming from Meta. But let's talk about a couple things that are coming to PC, and let's start with Elden Ring. GT, have you played Elden Ring flat?
Yes, quite a lot of it as well.
How many hours do you have?
The thing is, right, I reckon I've got 60, maybe 60, 70 hours, but I'm in no rush of that game. As my son completed it around 52 hours.
Wow.
Completed it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him, dude.
He popped back from university, and I think he completed it in another couple of days just playing through it. He's got those like I was very good at games when I was younger, exceptionally good. I was always the kid who was like the best on Soul Calibur or GoldenEye or whatever we played. I was one of the best, and he's like me but better. And watching him play these games, dude, it's crazy. He'll get to a boss that would take me 40 hours or something to get, because I'd be thinking I need to level up, I need to get this, I need to get that. He'll just like pick a character class and just go for it, and he will just it's crazy. Like real skills. He should stream actually.
That's great.
He should
He
stream.
should, yeah.
Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
you're like watching him, you got like a tear coming out of your eye, like, oh,
You're proud of your son. Yeah, they'll pat on the back. Well done, boy. Yeah. No.
oh my god.
Don't cry.
Oh, dear.
That was like me. I remember there was a few years ago. My daughter she's just turning 8 tomorrow. We were here in Disney. I think it was like probably 3 years ago, and they have this experience at Hollywood Studios where you can do Jedi training. So just the kids go do this, and they bring them in, and you hear like Yoda like talking to them, and she was so into it, and I was like, man, for having my daughter experience something like that. Something that it was such a huge part of my life growing up. I remember going to the movie theater to see the original Star Wars movie.
I knew. Oh, that must have been like they must have looked so ahead of their time.
It was,
Like, mate, because obviously I watched them when I
Oh
was
my
a kid.
God.
I was like, not to bring up ages, but I watched them when
Go
they
do
were all free on TV at Christmas and stuff, So, and even then, I just remember even the sounds of it were incredible. The speeder bikes going through the woods,
Yeah.
stuff like that. As a kid, I remember thinking, this is mind blowing. This is incredible. It must have been amazing.
It was so cool, and like even The Empire Strikes Back. Like I remember being a kid watching that movie, and the way it ended in the movie theater, and you're just gutted. You're like, how you can't have a movie end like this?
End it like this.
How do I do it? I'm like waiting for do they got to start another movie here? You're a young kid. You're like, what is going on? And you're like, it was just so good. Then you had to wait all that time, and yeah, Star Wars was a huge part of my life growing up, and yeah, to see my daughter get so into it and be able to do that, and it was so cool. It's amazing. Power of Disney.
It is nice.
Power of Disney.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, but now, and Todd, I know you haven't played Elden Ring, and it's not that you don't want to play Elden Ring. You were afraid to start Elden Ring because you have no time to put in it.
Yeah. I'm one of those gamers that once you get hooked on a game, I generally stick with it for years and years and years. So I've been playing Call of Duty for more than a decade. I beta tested World of Warcraft and played it for 15 years.
Wow,
I was
dude.
terrified of Elden Ring because I thought I'm gonna get hooked, I'm gonna get sucked in, and then I'm not gonna be able to do anything else. So I've stayed away from it.
I was scared of playing World of Warcraft because my friend told me that he described this thing where he had a raid. Basically, he used to come to work and be asleep all day. Like
Yeah.
any chance he could, like if you just sat him down, he went asleep. It was like that. He was a really good worker actually, but as soon as he wasn't moving, he was asleep. And we was talking about this, and I heard him talking about raids. And apparently, it takes a very long time to get everyone together to do these raids and stuff. And it was actually affecting his marriage because she'd learnt that he'd bought. Well, in her mind, it sounded crazy. He was buying in-game gold with real money. So she's thinking, like, you're spending real money on a video game. Like that's how she sees it. Literally, you sound like you're a drug addict or something. And so anyway, he described the moment where he was like at his keyboard doing this raid, and she's walked in and she went, "If you don't turn it off now, I'm leaving." And he even said to me, he went, "I hesitated." Like, so he'd sit there and
he's so close to the end of the raid,
and he's thinking, "Oh my god, what am I going to do?" And he said, "I just turned it off." And he said he never turned it back on ever again. But he must have been doing that for like 2 years or something. Bro. So yeah, that's why I never ever played World of Warcraft because it just sounded. Well, it sounded like I started smoking or something. It sounded crazy.
That Sunday afternoons would be 5 or 6 hours to finish one raid with 60 people, and the organization and the communication that you had to do, and it was just they've dummied it down now. It's now anybody can go in and you can play with 10 people and you can do all of the same things. That
it's not like the good old days. It's not like
it is not even close now.
Wow.
So,
I'm going to be same way with one of these shows. One of these days, I'm going to be doing one of these podcasts. My wife's with me. Look, that's enough. You either get off right now or we're
falling asleep during the show. But he's done.
Oh, if I tell her I've decided to do another podcast, I think I'm getting divorced. I just wanted to mention a couple of things. It was Artful said that they 1977. He said they said same here, Eric. 77 went to see episode 4. That's amazing. And we had another super chat from Dark Angel. Thank you, Dark Angel 650. Said remember the whole "Are we nerds?" 2 words, Elden Ring. Yeah,
right.
pretty much. That is
Thank
true.
you, Dark.
Yeah, you're awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm the same way. I did not want to get into Elden Ring. And the only reason I did get into Elden Ring was because of Roots, who has almost 200 hours into Elden Ring and has just beaten the final boss and is on to Endgame Plus now, starting again. Who, he absolutely loves this game. So I did start it because he wanted to play and we wanted to get in there together. So I probably have 70 hours, 60, 70, probably the same as you, GT, somewhere around there.
When you finally overcome something, it is hard. But when you do, like for me, as I said, I haven't got the skills for my son, but I can do it. I just need a bit longer to do it. And it feels so good. The reward is amazing. Yeah.
That dopamine.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I'm shouting at the TV. You know what I mean? I'm like, amazing.
I love the gear too. I love finding that great, that next great weapon or that next great piece of armor that's just going to make you like that much better. So I love that part of it. But
I just want to say, Mr. Tasselhoff, like, and I see a lot of people do this. Some other community managers I speak to, they wanted to play Elden Ring and they quit. And I can't help but say, go on YouTube and look up a starter guide. I know it feels like cheating, but it's not really. All they're doing is laying out for you a good foundation to then go on your own adventure. And there is so much to explore in that game. It's unreal. You can do what my son did. He literally this is the difference. He'll just go for the bosses. Bang, 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 complete. As you and everyone else, me, will go traveling, going around. You want to take in the world and absorb all that stuff. So, but yeah, definitely look up a starter guide. I found a really good guy who done one, and it helped me so much.
You almost have to with that game, right? I mean, you can,
especially if you haven't got a lot of time on your hands. I haven't got a lot of spare time, so yeah, it really helps.
Yeah, you need to move. You need to keep moving in that game, and if you don't know where to go or what to get to what you have to do to get to the next area, you can get yourself lost. And what do you guys think? I mean, we've all pretty much played the game, or Todd, you've seen the game played. Is this going to translate into VR? Because you're going to have to play it with a gamepad. I've played it on keyboard and mouse. I haven't played it with a gamepad. is this something we're going to be able to do? I'm sorry, I did play it with a gamepad, not keyboard and mouse. I'm the opposite way. But I know that people are playing with keyboard and mouse. So are we going to be able to do this with a keyboard, with a gamepad in a VR headset, or I hate doing it, but a keyboard and mouse in a VR headset? Is it going to be worth it? Will people do it?
I don't know. Like it looks fantastic. Just to think that you're now immersed fully into that world. Well, I don't even know if it's fully without touch controllers. It's kind of a half and half. It's no different than wearing that. I used to have years ago that track IR system that I would stick on the top of my baseball hat, and then it would track your head movement on your screen, so you could look around in games like Call of Duty and Warcraft and other games, and it would translate into the game for you. To me, it's going to be kind of that, because I'm going to still want to use a keyboard and a mouse. I don't like gamepads.
No, I know you don't. I know. What about you, GT? Was this something that you're super interested in doing, or we'll definitely spend some time with it?
I definitely want to see my son try it, but he'll be gamepad all the way. I think actually no, he plays both. He's got it on PC, I believe, actually, but he can just play it just as well on gamepad. He's not really fussed, but I've only played it on gamepad, and I can't see. The game is so strict on timing. From what I've seen, when like the way he plays it, or when you get something right, it's all about timing, understanding attacks. It could be brilliant, but I don't know. It's one of those games I actually think will be better with a gamepad to play, first of all, than touch controllers, because not only that, I think people are getting physically tired. Like that game is a hell of a lot of, how would that even work? I don't think you'll see that get touch controller support anyway.
I don't think you could do it. There's so much you could do in there, and would you want to be swinging a sword a million times in that game?
I think you'd love to. I think fantasy-wise, you'd love to. I'd love them to make like a Elden Ring Light VR version where you probably could, but yeah, I just can't see that translating with touch controllers, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay with VR control pad. I've played a million games with a control pad and in VR, and I'm okay with it as long as it's done well. I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bring me out of the immersion of being in VR. I mean, would I prefer touch controllers? Yes, but I mean, I'm okay with it as long as it's done well. And I think I like the way that Luke Ross is talking about it. He was talking about, doing the first person view, and that's where he thinks a lot of people will play it, but he was going to keep a third person view in there when he was talking about there's a lot of things that can happen to you in that game where you're fighting one enemy and all of a sudden there's different enemies around you.
You need to see everywhere.
Exactly that. Like that game, I don't know, I actually think if you gave me the option, it'd be like a nice fantasy walk. It'd be great if the game actually flipped it for you, for example, if it knew there was a perimeter where anyone was going to come within that perimeter that would automatically take you out of first person and put you into third. But for some people, they might not be able to handle that. I don't know. They might be like, oh my God, like I've just flown out of my own brain and head, body, and now I'm up in the air. I don't know. But for me, I could do that. And that'd be the only way I could see it. If you could transverse or the land, walk around the land, do whatever you're going to do in third person or in first person, sorry, and then in combat third person, have a choice. That'd be pretty cool. But
that would be pretty cool, yeah.
I don't know anything about modding. It's just ideas. It could be he could watch this and go, what a load of bollocks, you can't do that. So,
come on, Luke, what are you doing?
You're talking shit, man. But,
yeah, I mean, I like the idea of being able to do both. I think that would be super cool. But for me, I mean, I'd play it in third person, just like Returnal. Like Returnal in VR, everybody's like, oh, you can't do Returnal in VR because you can't play it first person. But I would play it in third person and be completely fine with it because I think it's that good of a game. And with that type of game, and the way you could it's so easy to roll yourself off a ledge in Returnal. That if I don't know how you would play it in first person. I think it would need to be played in third person, and I'm okay with third person as long as it's good. I mean, one of my favorite games in VR is Edge of Nowhere.
I knew you were going to say that,
which is a third person game, which I absolutely love that game.
Yeah, it's very good. So dude, I love third person in VR. I think if you get it right, it works fantastically well, and it's similar to when I remember when like 3D came back to the cinemas properly, and I think it was Avatar was the film that really pushed it around the world again. And I kind of find that in third person games for VR as well. I just find it more immersive. It's more immersive. That's it. It's just an extra layer of you're in the game. I don't see it as a bad thing at all. So
yeah. Todd, what do you think? Let's play the trailer for that Luke Ross has, just real quick for everybody, just so for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, to see what it might look like.
Hey.
This came right from Luke Ross's YouTube page.
Nice. Either way, this
That guy's only got
brilliant.
600 subscribers on his YouTube page. That's just criminal.
But he's got his
It's just
Patreon
going to
is
say
huge.
the patrons, dude. Yeah, he's got 2,700 patrons
That's
paying
true.
$7, I think, each.
Hell yeah, he's doing good.
He's doing really good. Chris9989 says Return in VR is kind of a thing already. Risk of Rain 2 has a VR mod, and Risk of Rain 2 in VR is awesome.
I've played it and beaten it. It's amazing. Love it.
Like, to be able to do this would blow my mind
So cool,
inside of
dude.
Elden Ring.
Exactly. Yeah, I just think that the main amazing part of it is the combat will be a struggle.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
They don't really show you a lot of combat in this trailer.
But
Oh,
just
it does,
being in
he
that
dies.
environment. Oh, he dies.
Yeah, he dies. Yeah. That's-
Yeah, it just dies.
But just being able to be in that environment and look up at that tree, that huge, like, golden tree, and I just can imagine how good that's going to look.
It looks fantastic. It does look fantastic. I wonder how it runs as well, because doesn't like this game not run great on PC, or it did originally?
Yeah, see, I actually have it on PS5, and that's how I've been playing it. So,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how it'll run.
Agreed, Chris. I'm looking forward to the 4000 series. Probably going to get a 4070 if possible.
Yeah, I just picked up 3080 Ti, which I need to put in. Yeah.
Like, right there, it should have popped out to third person.
Yeah, he takes a swing. Did it? I don't think he got there, and he did.
He's dead that quick. Hey,
That's-
that's the game, though, right?
That's how I see it going down all the time. That is how I see everyone's playing going down.
But that looked pretty damn cool, man. I don't know how, what system that thing is running on, but I mean, I heard like Roots is going to play it. He's all in about it. He's running a 2080. So, we'll see. We'll see
Okay, cool.
how he can run it. But I'll definitely play it. I'm looking forward to it. Luke Ross is a genius, dude. And again, another thing, how many people that are absolutely in love with Elden Ring right now? And if you can tell them that you can play it in VR and be good, I mean, that'll bring more people into VR. Every time you have one of these, it's like a watershed moment when you have these great games that all of a sudden pop themselves into VR and people take notice. It's just it's an amazing thing. I just hope it's really good.
Yeah.
Who say next says 20 Super won't do it, which I'm on at the moment. Yeah, I know. I hear you. It's not going to be easy with some of these GPUs, but we'll see. I mean, it's just because that's what it is now doesn't mean they can't, work on it, make it better, optimize it, and get it running on, on a lesser card. So
You got some people over in Facebook. You got Amber, Mansa, Diane Jackson, and Denise Detlaf. How you doing? Hello.
hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Thanks for hanging in there with us. We appreciate it. That's awesome. I love seeing people over on our Facebook. And yeah, guys, you will be able to catch us in Facebook every time. And, we'll see if you want to watch it afterwards. You can always catch us afterwards in Facebook as well. It will be running there pretty much 24/7 for everybody to take a look at. And then we have some people over in Twitch, and then we'll have some people here in Facebook or in YouTube. And then we'll have people in the Metaverse. Let's talk real quick about the Metaverse. We are live right now, so anybody out there, if you want to catch us in VR and be in your headset in the Multiverse app, we actually made the front page of the store, guys. I thought that was pretty cool.
I didn't even know about that. I think I kind of knew about it, but I didn't acknowledge it. And then when you sent me that, I was like, "Oh my god, guys, that's crazy." That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. I love the idea of people being able to hang out in a room with other people in VR and see us on this big, huge screen and be live. And we don't actually have anybody in there today. Normally on Thursday night, we have a representative. We have Mr. Tasselhoff in VR and a headset, kind of relaying people. And so we can say hi to people in the metaverse. We don't have that today. Well, hopefully we'll have that for next episode. We'll work that out with somebody. So then we can kind of give shout outs to all those people hanging out in VR. But if you guys are in the multiverse right now, we are live. And how are you doing? We appreciate you guys being there.
If you are in the multiverse, If you head over to the right, you can go to GT's YouTube page and subscribe to his channel. If you head over to the left, you can go to our YouTube page and subscribe to our channel.
Hell
Cool.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and anybody watching afterwards on YouTube or on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, just go to the description of the video, and you can find everybody's information. All GT's social platforms will be there, as well as Todd's and myself. And come check us out because we've got a ton of stuff coming. And one of the big things coming that I saw that you were excited about, GT, is F1 is coming with a VR
Yes.
with VR, man. They're gonna have a full blown VR mode, right?
I know. I can't wait, man. I used to love virtual. I used to have Formula One 10 years ago, and then I kind of went off it. And then a new program started on Netflix called Drive to Survive, and it's all about the teams and the drivers and all the drama that goes on behind it. A lot of money stuff and a lot of stresses, a lot of swearing, a lot of arguments, and that is actually just as good as the racing now. So me and my wife tend to do both. We tend to watch both, and I used to love some Formula One games. One of the things I used to really like it must have been actually quite an old one, 2012 maybe or something. And I remember it. I always found it crazy. All car games you played normally, you used to prepare to brake into the corner and accelerate out. But in Formula One, you've just got to power around that thing all the way. Like you've literally got to have like balls of steel to just keep going until the point you can't. And I thought that will be absolutely incredible in virtual reality. It'd be such a different driving experience. And yeah, I can't wait. Like I can't wait for that. And it's not long either. I think it's June or something. So or July. It's not too far away. I know you can pre-order it now on Steam.
You can pre-order it now, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the date.
And it like you say, it's a mode. Like it's not a mod. It's not a third-party attachment program of some sort. It's built right in, so it should be really good.
Yeah, can't wait, man.
I'm looking forward to that.
Get the pedals and the steering wheel out. It'd be awesome.
Right? I've had the pedals and the steering wheel sitting over here beside my desk for 2 years. I haven't touched them.
I'm just really excited for like all the VR races out there, the hardcore ones. You know, they're going to absolutely go crazy with this. And the other side of it is there's some really big racing channels out there, you know, who aren't necessarily VR based, but when something big like this happens, suddenly a lot of people pay attention. You know, they'll have that one-to-one setup where they've got like the proper Formula One steering wheel, you know, with all the mechanical gubbins, and it'd be amazing. Loads of more people have wanted to get a VR headset for sure.
Yeah, and it's again another thing we just like talked about with Elden Ring. Another way for people that maybe don't normally see VR to go, holy crap, man, this is gonna be amazing. And I think Forza, or once we see Forza, or PlayStation 2 VR is going to like really hit that home, because we're gonna see some big games, especially I think racing games.
Gran Turismo. Absolutely.
Gran Turismo, yeah. Forza was Xbox, but yeah, Gran Turismo. That'll be crazy. That'll be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Artful says Assetto Corsa, and he's right. I should actually try that. I've watched a lot of content on that, and
it's good.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it's good.
I got a wheel and pedal set up too, but I just had to take all my drivers out for it because it didn't mesh with the Pi tool with my Pimax. So I had to uninstall all my drivers just to connect it to. So we can get them back in there though. I'm ready. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty amazing. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait for something like this. We do grip night all the time, not all the time, but we have in the past with virtual strangers. We actually just did one a couple of weeks ago. Played grip in VR,
is that the one where the cards can go upside down and stuff?
Yeah,
I remember playing that.
Have you ever done it in VR?
Yeah. I remember I was very lucky. The developer gave me a key and everything, and it was amazing. I just haven't been back and played it in such a long time. It's really good.
Yeah, so good. A lot of the guys in for virtual strangers, guys like Traveling Man and VR Spry Guy and Roots and Radio Run, they used to play a lot regularly, and I played with them a few times, and we actually just went in there the other night, like 2 weeks ago, and played again. Just such a good game. Just it gives you an idea of the speed and what you could do, and like you said about just powering through that game's the same way, because there's not much braking that goes on with that game, and because you can drive anywhere with that one, which is so cool. But yeah, I mean, these games are big, and F1 racing is huge, man. And like you said, if you see some people that stream that stuff that normally don't do anything in VR but would do it, it'll be crazy. It'll be huge.
Yeah, it will be huge. Definitely.
So let's give some stuff away real quick, guys. What do you think? Let's give a couple of keys away. Let's get Dee back in here because she's probably bored. She's like, "What's going on?"
She's asleep. I can see her on the little camera.
Dee, I knew you were sleeping. What's going on, Dee? What do you so Dee? Well, let's ask you real quick. Metagaming showcase 1 through 10. Give us your number.
Dude, don't do that to me again, man.
Oh, what's the
You
matter?
did that to me Thursday. Once a week is enough, man. But no, Ghostbusters is, I think, the common, big one I'm looking forward to. So.
And with Saints and Sinners, we're gonna get her in there, and we're gonna live stream it with her, and she's gonna scream, and it's gonna be hilarious.
I'm gonna play it, but I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah, but I want that chainsaw, dude. That big guy scares me at the end of that, but I want that chainsaw.
I know, looks good. GT, you've been doing a lot of the Resident Evil Mercenaries I saw on your channel, and you look like you were having a ball with that, man.
I absolutely love it. It's crazy hard though. Like some of the challenges, like everyone has a chainsaw, which is like mental. There's another mode where only headshots count, and if you miss a shot, like basically if you don't shoot someone's head, you take damage. Like it is bloody tough. Yeah, but I love all that. Like that, I kind of live for those kind of things. And if streaming was better on the Quest, because it's such a pain in the ass, I definitely would have been streaming it by now. I would have streamed it for hours actually, because I love playing it. I'm trying to get to big head mode. That's what I want to unlock, big head mode. Yeah, it's
cool when you see content creators that get into something. They're like super excited about doing something. You could just tell, you know what I mean? When they're like, "This is something that if nobody was here, I would be doing this." You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Zero people were watching me. I don't even care. I'm just doing it because I want to do it and I love it.
Yeah. It's quite a rarity, really. I think a lot of people would pretend to like something to just make a video, And so I think Resident Evil VR 4 VR is absolutely incredible. Well done. I think Mercenaries is brilliant. I was a bit gutted in the chat that there wasn't as much hype as I felt there was going to be, because I knew about it like 2 weeks before, and I was playing it to make a video, and I kept thinking to myself, damn, if I was one of those people who... Resident Evil 4 was one of the best Resident Evils for me, though. Like, it meant a lot to me. I've bought it over multiple systems over time. So, and I think the VR version is the best version of the game. So when the Mercenaries was coming, I was like, oh my God, like that is fantastic. So yeah, there was only a few people in the chat going, yeah. Everyone else was still like, Bone Lab. I was like, oh.
I know, right? I was the same way though, man. I remember Resident Evil 4 was, I beat it. I remember buying a GameCube just for that game.
Damn,
that's what it was released on. Yeah, that's what it was released on.
It's like, yeah, so you was quite lucky. I think it was a staggered release. So in the UK you couldn't get it. So I had to like import a disc that would allow me to play all region-free games or unlock the region. And then I had to buy the American version of Resident Evil 4 as well to play it on as close as I could to their release. There must have been like a few months in between, but I couldn't wait. As soon as I saw the reloading mechanic of the bolt action rifle and the way his hair moved when he did it, I just something about that just like mesmerized me. I was like, this game looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I know. I've been sitting here because I did bring my Quest 2 with me, and I'm like, this is one of the things that I was going to try and play it the other night. It was an 8 gig. It was an 8 gig update. Yeah. So I've got this hotel Wi-Fi. I'm like, I want to try and play it before our show on Thursday. And I went to try and play it. I'm like, it took me like 7 hours to update.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait. I mean, if I have some time this afternoon, I probably will jump in this afternoon just because I'm looking forward to it so much. But all right, D, what do you think? Let's give a couple of quest keys away. Let's do 2 quest keys, or let's do 1 quest. Can we do one of each now, D? Or is that too tough, or should we just do?
Well, didn't anybody?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do Warplanes. Yeah, let's do Warplanes, and then we'll just announce that we're going to give one of these Steam keys away, and then we'll have everybody just type in Steam that wants a shot at the Steam key.
Give me 1 second.
GTA, you've played Warplanes, the new one, right?
I have. I don't know why they left the out of the title.
They needed it, right?
I know, right? Over Pacific. I was like, over the Pacific? I don't know. Yeah. It feels weird.
I agree completely.
And which is, it's just strange.
You got some questions as well. Someone's asking, can you buy Oculus controllers separately?
That's Diane Jackson from Facebook. And you can from the Oculus store, but they are notoriously out of stock all the time. So
okay.
Oculus.com, you can buy them, but
Yeah,
People
that's
on eBay have been buying headsets and reselling the controllers for triple the price because you
Thomas
can't get controllers.
McNostril says Resident Evil 4 was the brownest game ever made. He's a bit
it
brown.
was
I
a
don't
little
know.
bland in color. That's
Yeah,
true.
I guess it is. Yeah,
That's funny.
I've never heard that.
I think I have heard that. This makes it quite funny.
Oh,
D,
ashes
you ready?
to
Is the
ashes.
wheel
You
good?
do all kinds
Yeah,
of shit,
we're good.
D. Ashes to ashes says you need a diaper up. You need to
Yeah, I
diaper
know.
up,
She
D.
said
so
she
you
wants
can
to
go play.
frickin' shit my pants playing frickin' Saints and Sinners. Yeah, no.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right, so this is
guarantee
for a
you I'm
key
gonna
for
scream at
Warplanes.
least twice,
Yeah.
at least.
All right, Warplanes. Very cool game, man. I don't understand why this is an Apple App game. I just wish they would put this on the regular store. It's so good.
I forgive you, Ashton. I forgive you.
Yeah.
Look at my burgundy T-shirt.
It's such. GT was too
It
funny.
didn't look as bad as you thought you were saying.
No, it's
I
not.
thought it was going to look like terrible.
William,
Oh, it's
Relaptics.
Nice. Yeah, it's William Knocker. William Knocker is he's one of the Real Optus guys. So congratulations, Will.
Congrats.
And Warplanes, man. And another,
He was one of the first ones on Facebook.
Yeah, another great company
Nice.
too, man. Real Optics does great job with their lenses, and they like set price $80 for lenses. You know, pretty much if you have unless you have like a crazy prescription, they're like $80, man. $80.
GT asks, how do you enter these contests?
Just got a comment.
You're
That's all.
already in, dude.
Yeah,
in.
you're in. Yeah, just any kind of comment gets you into these things, and that's something I should probably say. Is sorry guys that
we keep forgetting it's not Thursday. Yeah,
yeah. This is a new show.
People aren't used to this, so
yeah. So
They're probably used to like my shows where nothing great happens like that. it's just standard sitting here chatting. So yeah, that's great.
I know. We sometimes we go overboard and we give too much stuff away, but I have so much fun doing it that.
So the way this works is anyone that chats at all on YouTube or Facebook, we have a script that runs that adds you to a sheet that D takes care of and adds to a spreadsheet, which adds to a wheel that I control.
D's such a legend.
She's the magic fingers in the background.
Legend.
So all you have to do is say hello, say whatever, and
Just
all this
chat,
happens
just
in the
say
background,
something.
and you
Gotcha.
get added to the wheel. But today we're going to do something a little different. We're giving away 2 Steam games, and if you want to be on that wheel, you have to comment Steam in the comments. So just type in Steam or hashtag Steam or whatever you want. So the word Steam has to be there for the script to pick you up, or for D's eyeballs to pick you up, and then you'll get added to a specific wheel for Steam because we know a lot of questers don't have Steam or can't play Steam games. So
yeah. So Q5 TV says watching from Dubai. Hey, what's going on? All the way into Dubai. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hello.
And let's see. Alex VR was here. This is awesome seeing you guys together. Thanks for being here, Alex. Appreciate it, man. And
and
oh
Steam
my God,
is
he says,
flying
why
through the
Steam?
chat.
Why Steam? I don't know, it was just a good word to put Steam. I don't know. We just put the word Steam.
I said banana, by the way. I volunteered banana, but they all
Did
ignored
watch
me.
your banana?
We did. We could do that for the second Steam.
British
key
guy
with
doesn't
the
know what he's talking about. No.
I do like banana better, definitely. What's up, Guido? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping
Guido.
by. Guido.
Guido.
Too funny. So let's we'll hold a little bit on that Steam key, and we'll let some people populate that. And let's talk to you a little bit, GT, because you recently, as like in yesterday, had a little announcement on YouTube that you were finally able to do something that you wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah, I quit my job.
Hell yeah, man.
I didn't know I wanted to quit my job for a long time. Like, my job's always been something I had to do. But yeah, so yeah, things have been changing. It was for a terrible reason that I left, in a way. Like, it was all getting a bit too much and a bit negative. But yeah, from that negativity, it's gone to positivity. So yeah, it's going okay. It's going good. More to come in the future. So
it's amazing because the term that's used about you all the time is, one of the hardest working people in the business. And the reason that is and I don't even know if a lot of people know this, is that you're not a full-time YouTuber. You have a family and a full-time job that you've been doing for all these years, and you put out as much or more content and the quality of content as a full-time YouTuber. Like, you were doing this only. Like, you wake up in the morning, you roll out of bed, and you do YouTube all day long, or create videos all day long, or edit video. Which that's not the case. You're doing this all in your off time when you're not either spending time with your family or working a full-time job. So
Yeah.
that is amazing, number one in itself, and for you to stick with this and do this all these years, 6 years, I think you've been doing this now.
November 2017. So yeah, something like that. Like, I don't know, it's been really weird. Obviously it started as a thing of something that's just pure fun, a bit of an accident really, and then I just digged it. Like, I loved it. Really enjoyed the communication side of it, especially streaming. That's been my thing. Unfortunately, streaming it cannot really help you grow too much sometimes on YouTube. So that's not really been it. It's been on and off on the channel. It comes and goes. But it's allowed me to meet so many great people. I always find developers, they're like Willy Wonkers to me. When you meet and interview developers, like I remember interviewing the guys, I can't remember, not Brass Tactics, I can't remember what game they made, but I found out they were the developers of the original Turok and South Park on the N64. And like, I spent hours on the Turok series, and I was like, wow, like, just stuff like that. Like,
Hunter.
Yeah, I don't, the first kill I ever got was from Fast Travel Games, Apex Construct, and meant the world to me, because I was buying every single PSVR game. So it was crazy. Like, I was having to do extra overtime to make sure I had the budget to buy new games to put them on the channel, because that's kind of what I wanted to do. I kind of always wanted to do the new thing. And yeah, just, I don't know. It's just gone into a thing. People have supported me. Everyone's been really great. And it has been hard. There's definitely so many up and downs with this. Because I said to you, like, before the show, I don't think I am a successful channel. But then as on the flip side of that, apparently 90% of YouTube channels never get past the 10,000 subscriber mark before they quit. So when you put it in that kind of thing, I guess I am doing okay. So, and yeah, I love it. I just love it. I guess it is work sometimes, but when you love doing something so much, it doesn't feel like work, kind of thing. So yeah, it's really good. It is really good.
Yeah, a ton of people, reaching out to you right now in chat and saying, congratulations. And, Ryan Holder, GT is a legend, such a great ambassador for the VR community. And,
Thanks.
And that's what it is. And I think a lot of times too, is when you're trying to build and you're in the beginning, there's no payoff in the beginning. It's basically, you're doing this because you love doing it, and because of the community that can sometimes reach out to you. And sometimes it can be a simple message of somebody saying, hey, thank you for doing this and taking your time. Or it's just, even for us, I know, and we're still young, but even for us, a lot of times it's one little message or one little comment from somebody that gives you the drive to keep going.
I love my comment section. I love my comment section. Like, I know some people want to ignore it. They get a lot of trolls and stuff. To be honest, electronic engagement doesn't bother me in a negative way. It just doesn't phase me at all anymore. Positivity though is fantastic. And when people take that, that's what I feel. I feel like someone's taking time out of their life to respond to me or just let me know something, anything. It's amazing. I still love all that. I love all that. Monetization, I think, is one of the worst things that can happen to a YouTube channel. I won't get on my box too much, but it can almost feel like, hold on a minute, like, I'm about to earn money doing this. And then suddenly, like, I did this crazy thing of like, well, I'm not going to do any overtime. So I literally slashed £10,000 off my house incomings for 600 a year.
Yeah, right.
Just because I wanted to spend more time doing it, it's just one of those things. But it's all about a bit of mental health, being happy. And that's what was really going wrong in the last 2 years, because as you said, I guess stupidly, I am putting in full-time YouTube hours. Like, literally, I've got a diary, I've got everything is around YouTube, plus trying to do shift work, plus having a family, doing school runs, all that stuff that happens to every someone with a family. And yeah, like, it was a crazy balancing act, which really caused me some problems. But now, luckily, not it's weird. Everyone's, which has been nice. It's been a bit of a weird thing. A lot of people have assumed because I've quit my job and going full-time YouTube, it would be impossible, I think, to do that with the numbers I have. It's just not there. You know, I think some people might think it's there for some reason, and I've had a few wins, but it's not there, and it has to be there consistently. That's the difference. It would have to be there week in, week out for you to go, right, okay, I can risk, well, everything
Right.
to do this. So yeah, you know, I'm very lucky. I've got patrons, I've got channel members, you know, I get super chats, and and that has actually helped me transition to leave that job to get another job, which I will be able to reveal next month.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you. Thanks.
Hell yeah. Yeah, appreciate everybody saying
Thank you.
super nice things about you during now GT, which is all 100% true. And Jim Hall, such a humble guy too. GT, absolutely. You would never. I can see. I had to ask him too, guys. Before I'm like, you know, can we talk about this? I just want to be sure, because I'm sure you probably wouldn't even want to talk about it. But I think it's such a good thing that you should talk about it, and it can give you a sigh of relief. And I messaged you after I saw it, and my message to you was, because a lot of people think, okay, you know, now my message was, now the real work begins.
And do you know what?
Yeah,
I won't forget that.
Yeah,
because when you wrote that, I thought, he's right. It isn't. It's almost like you're always pushing an elephant up the stairs. If you want me personally, I've never been. I'm very lucky in other ways. I understand that, you know, with my family, my health, and stuff like that. I'm grateful for that. But if I ever wanted to do anything for myself as in a career or anything, it's always work. Always work. It doesn't come easy. Some people just, I don't know, get into VR, make a couple of videos, and boom, they're doing amazing. And I'm like, damn, dude, I'm putting in, like, I don't know, all this effort, but you can't stop. You know, if you're enjoying it and you're happy, if you're enjoying the ride, that's why you got to keep going. And that's been the blessing of VR for me. You know, there is days, but it's been fantastic, and I'm loving it. And I'm hoping this new thing enables me to do even more with the community. You know, that's what I'm excited about most. So yeah, cool stuff. Yeah.
So
sorry,
awesome.
I'm going off on tangents.
No, it's amazing.
Just going on a rambles, but yeah.
It's amazing. I'm glad you did it. And I know you've we've talked, you've been going through a lot of stuff for the last couple of months. So when you finally get to do these things, it is probably like okay, now let's go. You know what I mean? I know
it was. When you wrote that, I remember thinking, yeah, this isn't like a holiday time. This is time to plan and put the work in. You know, it's not time to relax. Because when
you enjoy it this much, it's really not work. That's how I look at it, right? Like, obviously there's days, but
I would love to do YouTube full time. I would love it. I know exactly I've actually got a fantasy schedule of what I would do. I would stream every day, Monday to Friday, and I would cut that down into videos for the evening, and then maybe something on Sunday, podcasts, and like whatever, you know, like I've got that fantasy schedule that will probably never exist now. I'm not sure, but what I'm going to be doing is something I'm really excited about as well. So yeah, my wife thinks I'm weird. I'm not really as I said earlier, like I'm not really a hypey person. I'm not really like massively excited. For example, I know I should look forward to Christmas Day, but I'm not actually excited about it till it happens. If we're going on holiday, I could book it, blah, 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 talk about it, do whatever, pay for it, there's no excitement until I get on that plane. And it's quite annoying because at the moment everyone's like, wow, that's amazing. And I'm like, I know, but I'm not, I'm still waiting. Waiting for that transition to happen. When that day happens and they go, right, you're not employed there anymore, because I'm still leaving there now. And right, you're starting here. That's the day I'll go, yes. It's really weird. It's really annoying. I was actually texting BMF this morning at like 7 o'clock this morning about it, because I was like, what is wrong with me? Why am I not excited about this massive life change? And I know it's positive. And thank you for asking about it. Thank you for talking to me about it. I really appreciate it. And thank you for this opportunity to do this podcast, because I've always wanted to do something like this, you know. So cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no, anytime, you know that we were super excited to have you here, and I wanted to make sure that it was amazing that I think you need a platform to have your voice heard, and you have a lot to say, and people look for that. So I'm glad that we're able to provide that platform. So So yeah,
No.
and the reason I said that now the work begins and why I know is because I'm going down the same path. So I'll
Yeah.
announce too that I just left my job and finally cut everything out, and I'll be going into doing this channel full time along with some other things I can't talk about yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to do the same thing, and I think it's a scary thing, but I think if we're doing something that we want to do, you figure out how you can do it, and sometimes you just got to do it, and
Yeah.
that's what my
Leap of
wife
faith.
said. Yeah, that's what my wife said. She's like, you can just keep doing little bits here and there, but sometimes you just got to do it. And I think now was the time to do it. And I'm looking forward to the next, year of getting things going. And
Congratulations, man. I look forward
Yeah.
to like talking about it as we go. That'd be awesome because, if we're doing this every other week, hopefully with everything that's going to be happening for myself, this show will be a definite. So that's cool.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it is. That's what's great is these things afford us to do more time and put more time into our channels too, which is really one thing that I wanted to make sure that when I started doing this was I love what I'm doing here, and I'm sure you do love what you're doing with your show, and it's about making that better along with whatever else we're doing too, and being able to spend more time and do more time with these things to increase and just make better videos and give out better content. That's the whole deal. And
Have you seen Skeever?
Yeah.
Todd and D, time to quit your jobs.
I know. I'm listening to these
jobless
stories, and I'm
crew.
like,
What if I
I'm
could
the
in a
poor
heartbeat,
schmuck who's
'cause
still
if
working.
my boss is watching, I still love my job.
he's like, I need my job.
Oh,
But
man.
look, Tina, if you're out there,
yeah. Tina D loves you and
Oh my
and
god,
Flo.
that's fantastic.
yeah.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah,
I'm
all cool
super
things.
excited for both of you guys because, yeah, super excited, super jealous, super excited. I can't wait to see where this goes.
Thank you. Thanks. And well done, Eric. That is awesome.
Yeah.
It's fair. I love the fact that your wife is behind you as well. Like, there's a lot to be said for all the background stuff, isn't there? There's the stuff you show, and there's all this stuff behind. That is, there's a lot going on. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We should probably say that too. Is we couldn't even come close to doing any of these things without the support of our significant others and our family, and most all people that do this kind of thing. You need support because
Yeah, absolutely.
there's a lot to sacrifice, and it's not just by us making the sacrifices. So
Yeah, I think everyone does that. Everything, all of this stuff it goes from hobby and time, and if you're delivering a service, it's cool. It's cool. Like Dee, for example, she was saying how much time she puts into it and stuff, and it's awesome. And you obviously, Todd, like you're flat out all the time. I always see you everywhere, dude. I mentioned anything. It's great. It's great to be part of it as well at the same time. It's lucky pressure, I think it's called. Something like that. Yeah.
exactly. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, let's get off these crazy topics and let's give another key away. What do you think? Are we ready to give one of these Steam keys away?
Hooray.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Not yet.
Okay. Let's give another quest key away then.
Yeah, quest key, and again, if you guys want in on the Steam, make sure you type in again Steam, because
Not
right now, type
banana.
in Steam because we're gonna give away
technical issues.
which one? What's the first one we're gonna give away? The Steam key was
For Steam, we're going to
Superhot.
give away
Superhot right now.
Superhot.
If you want Superhot, just put in Steam, and we'll give you Superhot. We'll give you a chance to get Superhot. But right now, we'll do let's do the In-Depth Unchained. Wolverine says GT and Mash love VR enough to devote as much time to it as they do and find ways to make VR their career. They say it's not work if you enjoy what you're doing, but the level of work needed in work, it's tough. Again, it is a lot of work, and sometimes we work harder when you when you find something you love, right? GT, you push even harder, and you almost have to dial your self back a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Monetization is one of the worst things because suddenly you think, hold on a minute, like this was fun, but now it could become something more than fun, and it can be hard. Like I've just said, Eco into the future. He says, I make vids for the love of VR. I don't expect monetization to happen. That doesn't mean it won't happen. And we're probably different people. Maybe you could easily turn down that monetization, but I guarantee that you'll be thinking, actually, yeah, it won't hurt. And then suddenly, yeah, the numbers start happening. And yeah, it's all honestly, you'll find out. You'll find out, dude. But good luck to you as well.
Yeah, for sure. And and it's not easy. I mean, just getting that first monetization. I mean, it's not like Twitch. Twitch is super easy. If you want to be partnered with Twitch, you basically need 50 people, and just a couple good bots.
Yeah,
But if you want to be a partner or monetized in YouTube, it's not easy. They give you some hurdles to get over, and just getting to that is a huge accomplishment, and you should pat yourself in the back. Forget about the monetization. Just being a YouTube partner is not easy, and
what's it?
We were so
4,000
excited when it
minutes?
happened to us.
4,000 hours.
4,000 hours. Oh yeah, sorry.
A lot, man. It's
4,000
yeah,
hours.
it's 1,000 subs with 4,000 hours, which is
I
when you're
remember that. I remember counting the minutes. Like I remember.
yeah,
that.
right.
Oh, the last couple 100 minutes we were counting down to, like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it's so
I
close.
remember. Like you're thinking, damn, dude, I need to keep people engaged so they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you want quality stuff, right? Like, we don't like to just put out craps to get the eyeballs. I want the content to be meaningful. I want it to be, true and not just crap that we put on the channel all the time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because
So-
you want to look back on the channel if you ever stop or do anything, or maybe your family and friends want to look you up because you're not here anymore. Because that's another thing. You're leaving behind a bit of a legacy. That hopefully that they see that and go, that's cool. Like you're happy with it, you're proud of it. There's all that. So yeah,
for sure. All right, guys, in depth. Let's do it. Let's give it away. In depth, Unchained.
let's go.
Wes says 4,000 hours. That equals the 2022 show.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he done it. Crazy.
Oh crap, man. Yeah, Virtual Strangers.
part of that.
2020. Yeah, you were. That was amazing. That's why.
It was
That's why it went so
What a
long,
show,
man.
man.
We had such great. I mean, we almost couldn't edit out any of your spot. It was so good.
Oh God, Jim Hall.
It's Jim Hall.
Nope.
No.
Ashes.
Oh, ashes to ashes. Oh my god.
I think it's ashes to ashes.
That's
so exciting, the spinny thing. I love it.
Oh, this is the best thing that we ever did with the
The
wheel.
thrill.
This has brought us D. The wheel brought. We used to do giveaways, GT, when we first started. We would just do a question, like a trivia question, which was terrible.
Yeah.
Or
Oh my
we
God,
would
it's
do,
so bad.
we would
Yeah,
do-
yeah. No one does that. That's terrible.
No, you can't because you run out of them quickly. No,
Oh,
you
I don't
run
do
out
that.
of them.
I don't
You
do
run out
that.
of
No,
them.
no. I just thought it was funny.
I remember we did one question one time was what time did this show start? Well, you've got 10 different time zones of different people watching.
And there was so many different answers. We're like, well, which one's right? Where do you
no,
live?
man.
Like, oh my God, what a nightmare.
But we came
That's
up with the
cool.
wheel, and that brought us D. And that's how these things happen.
So D, what happened? You was just floating around in the metaverse and with a wheel, and someone went, "Hey, you!
Get in here."
We need you and the wheel." please."
I have it. It's in my other room. It's in my non-office room, and
Right.
they were
The
like,
D-
"Can we
the
use
D
it?"
wheel.
I'm like, "Meh, all right." But
I like it.
no, I bought the Quest about a year ago. Found this group just to kind of get to know
This
stuff.
is the Facebook
and-
group. The Facebook group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Q2C.
Yeah.
So, and here we are today.
That's
you know?
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. Like, when we first switched to the wheel, I ran the wheel and the names, and I had to type them all in. And if you look back at some of our early shows when we did the wheel, I'm like this the whole time, looking at one of my monitors. I'm not paying attention to the conversation. He's asking me questions. I'm totally ignoring him because I'm like frantically typing in names. So when D came along and took that away, it was like,
The
oh,
magician. Nice.
Good job.
thank God.
Good job, D.
Well done, Ashley Trashin.
Yeah, congratulations. All right, D, we'll say goodbye to you.
Oh,
Oh, look at
God.
that. Wait, look at that. Look at that. D.
See, there's my caricature, man.
Is that
But
the
this one I
artwork
got
for
the
the
hood
wheel?
on.
I love
Is
it.
that the vinyl?
that's
That's
the
the
vinyl
vinyl.
cover. Yeah.
That's where you can get the music for the wheel on Spotify or something.
That's what it looks like.
I about died when Todd popped that up. I missed it in the intro the first week, and then later in the show, I was like, "Oh my
That
god, too
is
funny!"
funny.
But I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's good. It's good.
I
It's
love
the
you
best.
guys. So.
Oh, you're the
That's
best. D.
good, that's funny.
We are going to say goodbye to you just for a minute, but we'll be back to you in just a few minutes and see if you can get that Steam wheel ready, and we'll be back.
Yeah, it's good now. If people don't put that word Steam in the chat.
I think you've done it twice over now. So
I think you're good.
Yeah, we had a
Right.
little glitch there at the beginning, but we'll be good.
Yeah,
tonight.
no, for whatever reason, it wasn't picking it up, but we should be good.
It's Jim Hall's fault.
It is all Jim
Always.
Hall.
Daniel Kaz says that. Daniel Kaz says NFT. D, you're an NFT.
Right?
Yeah,
I should totally turn that into an NFT.
Definitely.
I don't know what that. I know the term, but I don't know what it is. And I have no clue.
They're rubbish. It's fine.
Digital artwork. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back, D. So yeah, I think we want to our last topic real quick, guys, before we finish this out, because this has been an amazing episode. I kind of thought it would be good to each get to know us a little bit, to see the background of how we all became gamers, and it kind of gave me this idea, GT, is you put this amazing tweet out the other day.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, I don't know, what was it like? Ended up being like 15 tweets because you can only do 140 characters.
It was 8. It was 8, I think. 8
But it was so good, and it wrapped me so much that I was like, okay, I had to click to the next one, because I wanted to see the whole story. And I just thought it was amazing that how our stories. I mean, you're from England and I'm from New York, and our stories are fairly similar, and we're a little bit different in age, but I think we kind of both had the same experiences with gaming, and how gaming now has basically really affected our lives quite a bit. I mean, to the point where we're actually going to be doing this for a living. So I just thought it would be really interesting, maybe if you can recap a little bit about what you were talking about, and being an arcade rat, which I just thought is amazing. And
so where I lived, there was like a video game rental shop and a fast food shop, like a kebab shop. I don't know if you know what kebabs, but I used to be in those things all the time. So there was a laundrette as well, and I used to hang around with these naughty kids that were older than me, and we used to like put our hands under this one machine that had a hole in it, and we take all these coins and then go and spend them in the arcade.
Nice.
That would be like our daily thing. Like someone would look out, like, is anyone watching? Get my friend's really skinny arm to go in the machine, and then we'd all get the spoils. And so we used to play arcades all the time, and there was some great ones. Final Fight, Art of Fighting. There was like a Neo Geo cabinet. There was Metal Slug. There was just so many. And but the kebab shop had the very first Street Fighter 2 arcade machine. Now, I'd never heard of it, never seen it before. I never really bought computer gaming magazines, because it was like a weird transition then of Mega Drive and Sega, and I couldn't really afford those consoles, I think, at the time, or my family couldn't. But I thought Zangief was the coolest character. And obviously, I was very wrong. He got his ass handed to him by Chun-Li in seconds at the time. And then I discovered Ryu and Ken. And yeah, basically, I remember paying someone. I didn't add this to the tweet, but I remember like this kid, he'd be like, look, if you pay for my go on Street Fighter and you pay for yourself, I'll teach you the moves. So he would teach me how to play Street Fighter. He was really good. And back then, on like a Friday or Saturday night, it was really cool. Everything was like neon signs and stuff, and there'd be like kids outside these two shops all night, and they're boys, girls, whatever, all around these machines. And I remember Street Fighter 2 was massive. Like everyone was playing Street Fighter 2, and like I'd learned all these moves, got really like cocky, and I was basically this guy. He beaten all these other people, and I thought I could probably beat this guy. So I was like, yeah, I'll just put, because it's like, put your money, here comes a challenger. And everyone's like, who's this little shit? Like, I was about 8 years old, I don't know, whatever it was. I don't know how old I was, but I was definitely like, felt like half the size of this other guy next to me. And I beat him, but I was being so rude to him. And he was with his girlfriend, who was quite pretty, and I liked her. So that gave me a little bit of like, do you know what I mean? And then next minute, I don't remember the transition of the next bit, but I remember pedaling down this road as fast as I could. Like literally, if you can imagine a kid riding a bike as fast as possible, that was me looking behind me constantly, because he was running and nearly catching up with me. And I was like, oh my God, I need to get away from this guy. But I managed to eventually. But yeah, that was one of my memories. But yeah, ultimately, like seeing Final Fight in the arcades and stuff, I used to be outside trying to like uppercut bins and just beat the crap out of random things, because I just wanted to be Cody from Final Fight. That was one of my weird obsessions and artwork as well. I used to love drawing all the characters and stuff. So yeah, that was I feel very privileged to have been around that time. And you were saying the same, that you got to be in the arcades and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like one of my first memories, I remember getting an Atari. When I was a kid, that was huge. But for me, a lot of my time was spent in an arcade. I remember the name of my favorite arcade was called Barrel of Fun, and it was in a mall, an indoor mall, and the entrance of it was round like a barrel, and you would walk through it, and it would spin when you walk through it. You know what I mean? It would like have one of those little
Wow.
cylinders, and you would spin, and it just some of the most amazing games. Like games that now I'm like even weren't even that great games, but just amazed me when I was a kid, like Space Ace, you know what I mean? And Dragon's Lair. I was a fiend for Dragon's
Dragon
Lair,
Lair
and
looked insane.
I just jammed so many quarters in that thing, just trying to figure out the little light flashes, and and it just amazed me way back then. And I remember, going into like ColecoVision and getting those things, and even going to pizza shops, and they would have one or two amazing arcade games. And whenever they got the newest arcade game in, I would spend weeks there. You know what I mean? Because they would randomly shuffle these arcade cabinets in every once in a while. And if ever that pizza shop that was around the corner, I don't even remember the name of it, Europa Pizza, I think it was called. Whenever they got a new machine, for me, it was just like, oh my God, there's a new machine. And I would just spend every afternoon there after school, and he would stay there every day. And it was such a big deal. And all my buddies, we would having quarters stacked up on the screen of whose turn it was next, you know what I mean, sitting in the cabinet. That was such a big deal for us back then. And yeah, it's just funny how gaming affects your life. And then the PlayStation came, I remember, as I was a little bit older in my life, and it grabbed me again with the PlayStation. And then I even went away from the PlayStation and went to Xbox for a little while, and I fell in love with like Gears of War, later in my life.
Oh yeah,
Halo.
yeah.
Gears of War was one of my favorite games, and all of a sudden I was reading all the books and all the different lore behind Gears of War, and then I completely fell out of gaming. And when I had my daughter, because life takes over, and
Yeah.
I was, I went from having pretty much every console that you could get to having zero and playing no games at all anywhere,
Yeah.
whether it be PC or
Wow.
console. And then, virtual reality hits, and
Yeah.
you put that headset on for the first time, and for some people, and for me, it was a complete awakening again, and it just stirred something in me that I hadn't had in a long time. And, it's basically changed my life.
It's
So
weird. You know what I try to think of when I think about the amazement of VR? It reminds me of the amazement of the arcades, in that the arcades were well ahead of what was possible at home. There was a certain point where arcade machines like Daytona, with that high frame rate, and you couldn't play that at home. It just didn't exist.
right.
And there's that transition. Obviously, I still remember like getting the SNES or playing. I was on holiday in France, and there was a massive queue in a shop, and they were all waiting to play Street Fighter 2. And I thought, my God, you can play this shit for free. Like, it didn't occur to me I needed the console in the game. I was just like, I haven't got to put money in something to play the best game in the world. That's how much I loved Street Fighter at the time. What about you, Todd? What's your background history and stuff?
Well, I'm old, and
That's true.
I spent a lot of time in arcades in my early teens, and 10, 11, 12. I remember playing Gauntlet when it first came out.
Gauntlet,
To play 4 players on an arcade machine with, like you say, 20 quarters lined up and line up of kids behind me. We'd spend hours. Like, that was like an RPG back then. Like, you'd pick your character, and you always were the same guy, and you'd spend hours playing that. And that game came out in 1985, and I think I was there the day they rolled it in. Like, I was so excited. I was a SNES kid and a NES kid, but I was a Mario junkie. Like, I played Mario Brothers, all of them, start to finish, hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Like, they were it when I was a kid, the Mario, especially with game consoles that you could take home, right? Like, in the arcade, Pac-Man, I was a Pac-Man junkie. I held the record in the arcade by our house.
Nice.
I had a miniature arcade of Pac-Man that was given to me when I was about 13.
If you loved Mario that much, though, what did you think of the film? Because Mario Bros, I believe, was the very first video game to film thing that
It's
was
the
ever
first one
made,
I can
kind of
think
thing.
of.
I
And
remember that.
it was a long time ago, though, right? Like that's.
I don't think you forget it. Like,
No, I definitely don't forget.
It was
what
so
did you
bad.
think of it? I mean,
It was
if you
just
like,
cheesy. No, it wasn't what you
that's
expected.
good. That's
Come
good.
on.
That's all right,
No.
man. You weren't
Yeah.
crazy.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That's good.
But I also had a Galaxion
Mm.
miniature arcade thing that would sit in our kitchen. I could only play these things in the kitchen so my parents could watch how much time I was spending on these things, right, as a kid.
Little
But
junkie.
I was so into computers. Like I had an 8088 in my bedroom hooked up to the University of Calgary as an account that I shouldn't have had. I was probably 14 doing things on the internet that I probably shouldn't have been doing, which led me into my career with IT. And I've been playing games forever. Like I said, I beta tested World of Warcraft. I've played that for 15 years on and off, mostly on. I'm in a Call of Duty clan that I play with guys weekly.
Yeah.
There's 150 of us in the clan.
What, still
to this day.
See, I miss that. That's one thing I miss. I used to be Gears of War every night, Halo 2 every night, Call of Duty, like that kind of style. That did happen. I haven't got that anymore, unfortunately. Just doing this content.
It's nice because those guys, they're always there. Like this week's been so crazy busy. I haven't talked to any of them. But I know if I load up Call of Duty or I send somebody a messenger, they'll be on there to play with me in a heartbeat.
Have you met some of them?
I've never met them in real life until May 20th. I'm actually traveling down to Orlando, Florida to meet 5 of them.
It is crazy.
And we've been playing games for, I don't know, these guys, maybe 8 or 9 years with these guys. Never met them in real life. So I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
It is. It's crazy. I've met someone who I played with for years, and such a surreal experience. One of you is a lot bigger than the other one in some way. Weird.
You're always taller than you thought.
Yeah, whatever it is, and yeah, they sound exactly the same, but you're like, dude, you're real. Like, it's so weird. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Well, we did we organized this trip and planned it all, and then we did a voice video call for the first time. Like we have our own Discord and TeamSpeak, and we all chat that way. Yeah. So I've heard these guys for years, but I've never seen what they look like.
Did any of them look like how they sounded?
None of them.
None of them. That's weird. I remember meeting some people and they said I looked like how
and I'm the youngest one in the crew.
Really?
You're the youngest?
I'm the
Holy
youngest.
Crap.
Yeah.
Were they using walkers?
Baby blue. That's why he's got the baby blue.
Well, that's why I said like we've been playing these games a long time. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That is good. That's great.
It's awesome when gaming can bring people together like that. And
well, you share a lot of things with these people. When you're chatting online, like you do share a lot of stuff with these people.
I'm closer to some of these guys than I am to friends I have in real life.
Yeah.
I'm closer with Eric than friends I have in real life. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a totally different experience nowadays. People used to make fun of you. Yeah, you have friends on the internet. Yeah, whatever. It's probably some that guy hiding behind a game console or whatever. But it's totally changed. It's real relationships now.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's cool seeing some of the people talking in chat about.
I'm loving the chat, dude.
Yeah, Onikazi says ColecoVision Smurfs.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember that.
Tim Hall says Asteroids, Defender, Donkey Kong, Galaxion, Tempest, Missile Command, Joust. Guido says, telling my age, Dragon's Lair was the coolest game when it came out. It was, man. Thousands, probably hundreds and thousands of dollars I put into that game.
Did you see what Dark put? She put MASH is ancient.
MASH is ancient. Oh my god. I remember like some of the Radio Shacks. Todd, do you have Radio Shacks in Canada?
Oh yeah.
Did you have GT? There was no Radio Shack, so
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, Radio
it's
Shack
like the original Best Buy, the original.
Yeah, it was
shop.
like a Best Buy, but it was like in a store that was the size of like a small shed. You know what I mean? They were like in the malls, and they were, it's where you could go to buy all your little kind of tech pieces that you would need, and they would sell computers. Cool. And I remember I got a Tandy from Radio Shack, one of my first computers, and amazing. Onikaze, my obsession for a while was the cocktail version of Crazy Climber. Nice. Like, remember the cocktail tables, the flat top tables?
Yeah.
We had Pizza Hut here, which was a big franchise, and I can remember always playing tabletop Pac-Man at Pizza Huts.
Yep. Pac-Man was big. Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man. Donkey Kong owned those flat tables.
Shadowrun, Echo in the future says. SNES, Deadly Towers. It's cool, man, to see.
Yeah. Counter-Strike, that's got to be taking some people's lives even to this day.
Yeah. Radio Shack was geek heaven. Yeah, it was. And television football.
Is it our traveling man? Yeah, he's just reading that. Yeah.
Spy Hunter was great, man. Spy Hunter was one of my all-time favorite games. And another simple one, Beer Tapper, Root Beer Tapper. I
still play that now on like my
on your phone,
on my like little machines I have. Spy Hunter. There was a game. There was 2 games on the Master System. I don't know if you guys had Master Systems, Sega Master Systems. Did you have them?
I had I don't think they call it the Master System. I mean, I've had the Segas. I had the original Sega, and I had the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, so you had I think it was a Master System. Then we had Mega Drive, and you had Genesis. Yep. So, but on the Master System, yeah, we had there was 2 games I absolutely love. One called Bomber Raid, and that is so damn punishing. Like I've got it on my like PS Vita. Played it the other day. Fucking hell, man, that game is crazy. And I completed that. I don't know how. I must put so much of my life into it. And there was another game called Action Fighter. And I remember saying to my son years ago, I was like, the music for this game is so bad. It's funny. And I put it on in the car once and drove home a bit quick, listening to this shit music. And he was in tears of laughter. Like this Action Fighter music. Yeah, it's good. Good stuff.
There's so many games that bring me back, like Konami Warriors, and I'm just trying to think of some of those names now. Like playing the original Metal Gear.
Was it Ikari Warrior?
Ikari Warrior. Yeah,
that's I see. I remember that. Yeah.
So good, man.
Yeah.
The original Metal Gear, top-down version of Metal Gear before it really got crazy. When it such another good game. And yeah, Contra. Yeah, Tasselhoff. Contra was a huge game. I remember spending hours in Contra.
Yeah.
Have you guys done 3D Sen VR? You must have done that.
I haven't, and I heard it's amazing. And
oh my god, boys, you will lose your shit when you see those NES games like that.
I gotta do that.
I couldn't believe it. Like watching just the intro of Metroid with that music as she beams in on the NES, and you can just move, and everything is 3D. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, dude. Honestly, and it just doesn't. As much as I've done it like 3 or 4 times on the channel, it just doesn't come across. Like you need to go in there and experience that. Castlevania, all these games. It's wonderful. It's so wonderful. It doesn't get enough love. It really doesn't. Like that is magic. What he's done with that. I just wish somehow you could. I don't know how to get anyone to try it. It's fantastic. 3D Sen VR. Chi Town D. Up, down, left, right, BA start. So I was going to go up, down, left, right, A, B start, which I think was the Sonic menu. Select. And you got the little ring. Bling.
You just did Sonic not too long ago for video. And how was that?
That was fucking mental. That was brilliant. The only bit was I had to cut out some of my video because I kind of forgot what he told me. When you wanted to do like lock on and headbutt something, you had to put your hands behind your back.
Yeah.
For some reason, I turned it into a nod, and I was like, sometimes it was happening, and sometimes it wasn't, and I was like, this game's pissing me off. And then I you just do that all the time, and it was fine. But yeah, incredible. Again, like
Z-Storms did a playthrough on that too, and watching you guys play that was just hilarious.
Oh, it's just and I think it's quite old. It was just it just shows you what can be done. Even as a passion project.
Either of you guys play Shenmue?
Yeah, the first one, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and the second, but the first one.
I still have my Dreamcast and all my games.
I bought it.
Controller, the flight stick. I have all of it still.
I was a huge Dreamcast fan. I bought as soon as it launched. I bought it. It was probably one of the last ones I bought for a while. I remember after that, I actually had the PlayStation 3.
That was well ahead of its time, Dreamcast.
Oh my god,
huge pad. Remember the game pad for that? I actually had
the BMU in it.
Yeah,
BMU in it.
Yeah. I literally just bought a Power Stone like 2 days ago off eBay. to get hold of that on the Dreamcast. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's funny. I absolutely love seeing just everybody's in chat going through and talking about how what affected them and how they came into gaming. That's why I'm so happy that we kind of had a chance to do this topic. I thought it was really cool, and I think that's the kind of stuff that you can expect from Reality Bytes. I think that's kind of the stuff that we want to hit on. I mean, we'll talk about topical issues as they come, right, guys? But I think this is the kind of cool stuff that we should try and look at and get into, because I think people can really get behind it and get excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Onikays, what did he write? Shenmue failed, so Yakuza could succeed. No,
Yeah.
no. What are you saying?
Oh,
my
the
God.
Jaguar. Remember the Jaguar, the Atari Jaguar?
Yeah, of
Jaguar
course.
represent.
I remember
Yeah.
playing
Jet Set
Alien
Radio.
versus-
Oh my God, Mind Jive, you're so right. I forgot about that game. That was so good.
Is it Alien versus Predator on the Jaguar? Didn't they have like 40 buttons on the controller?
Oh,
the
did it
Jaguar?
really?
It had
Oh,
loads
yeah,
of like little red buttons.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's crazy. That was a crazy controller. That looked like a Dreamcast controller, but worse than the original Xbox controller, which was terrible. But yeah,
I still
either
have my
way,
original Xbox.
what have you still got the old controller? Because
Yeah,
they went
I have-
with a big plastic ball in the middle.
Oh, can you remember that?
I'll have to go look. I don't know if it's got the ball.
Yeah,
in
don't
it.
buy.
It's in a
wouldn't-
box.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
remember.
awful.
Yeah, really? The box? That's amazing.
It's an awful
Yeah.
controller, but yeah. But yeah, I love it. I love reading all this.
I was
And
not a
now-
PlayStation junkie. My first PlayStation was the PlayStation 4.
Wow, really?
Oh wow, man!
I was an Xbox guy.
So you didn't
I've
play
always-
Metal Gear Solid on PS1?
I did, but not on my own. Like at a buddy's house. I played it a lot, but
That's fine.
I
That's
never
fine.
had it.
Dude, the PS1 was
it was a Halo guy.
groundbreaking.
I'd play that crap load of Halo.
The
Yeah.
original Tomb Raider.
Oh,
the
dude.
original Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Games that could completely blew me away.
I couldn't buy games either. I had to rent them all. And it backfired on me. So Metal Gear has a spoiler alert. Metal Gear had had one of the parts of where I think you're playing Psycho Mantis or something. He wants you to you got to tell him the radio frequency on the back of the CD case.
Yeah.
The fuckers didn't give me the CD case when I rented it.
Oh,
So I'm
right.
like,
When
yeah,
you rent it,
yeah. I'm stuck. I'm like, I couldn't figure it
Devastated.
out. Yeah, I just couldn't
There's
figure
no
it out
Google.
though, because I didn't have the CD case, but I didn't think it genuinely meant that. I didn't figure that out until I was at the end of my wits, because the only other thing you could do is ring up the PlayStation hotline, which is probably £2 a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I went down to the video store and there it was on the back of the CD case, just a picture of I think it's Meryl and
Oh,
the
yeah, Meryl,
radio
Meryl.
frequency. That's brilliant. That was awesome.
Love it, man. Yeah, back then there was you couldn't go watch GT's video on how to figure something out. You had to
No. Call the hotlines.
You couldn't go watch
Yep.
some YouTuber's video on what to figure something out. It was always
Does
Tomb
Atari
Raider
have a
was
hotline too?
Did they?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah,
know
Tomb
Nintendo
Raider was
did.
one of the ones I wrote for.
Either that or you had to wait for your Nintendo Power magazine to come in the mail so you could get some cheat
Yeah.
code.
Do you remember the fan art of Sonic lovers killing Mario and Mario people killing Sonic? I remember seeing, because I preferred Sonic over Mario. Sorry, Todd, but that was. And I remember seeing, it's quite gruesome, really. Sonic with holding a plate, and it had Mario's stomach.
That's awesome.
It's with a knife or a sword and blood everywhere. Mario's got his cross in his eye. He's dead. And I was like, wow, that's harsh times.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Back then, I mean, there was the Sega and the Nintendo rivalry was crazy. It's even worse than the than the PlayStation and Xbox rivalry. It was back then. It was you used to get in fights as kids and who was behind what platform. And I was always a Sega kid, mainly growing up. I mean, I had Nintendos, but
Sorry,
I was
Todd.
always more of a Sega kid. Sorry, man.
I'm representing. It's all good.
It's a great one, Traveling Man. That is a great one. Diddy Kong Racing. I still play that now.
Yeah, really, seriously.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so
I
cool,
designed
amazing.
Speaking of Mario and Sonic, crazy drawings and stuff, artwork. I designed a hoodie for my daughter. I'm trying to find. I'm not having any luck, but it was of Dora the Explorer. standing over Caillou with a sword through his chest, and it was the Mortal Kombat finish him is along the top of the shirt.
Nice. I want that.
It's
I want
your-
that.
It's her favorite hoodie.
Forget about your daughter. I want that.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh,
Eric,
let's
you're gonna
bring
have to. I imagine you're gonna have to go soon, aren't you? I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get D. Let's get D back in here and let's give away a couple of things, and we'll wrap this episode up, and we'll call it a huge success because I think people are enjoying going through all this old stuff, which is super cool. What was your number one, D? Real quick, you growing up, what was your go-to?
Root Beer Tapper. Root Beer Tapper.
Nice.
Root Beer Tapper. Oh my god, I love that game. Love it.
Hell yeah. All right, let's give a couple of Steam keys away. Let's do both of these keys. We'll just do them back to back, and we'll get rid of these Steam keys. And then the last one we'll do is we'll give away the in-depth key. Oh, and then we got to give away the M2 Pro real quick too.
Yeah.
Holy moly,
Nice.
we're giving away so much stuff.
Holy moly, we've been talking too long.
I know, right? And when we talked about this earlier in the week, we met quickly. We're like, dude, it's gonna be crazy once we start talking.
Yeah.
We're not gonna want to stop.
Which is great.
Yeah, it is. That's why I think this is gonna be so good, so much fun.
All right, so we're doing. Oh, I got the wrong wheel up. Hang on.
Yeah, we'll do the Steam wheel first. We'll knock both of those out, and then we'll move into the other two. And
Yeah, I think you've done in death already, haven't you? Ashes
Yeah,
to
I went to
Ashes, got
Ashes,
that.
wasn't it?
oh, it was in depth. Okay, I thought it was the Warplanes one we gave away, but that's cool.
And you got another strap to give away.
We do, yeah. We have an M2
Wow,
Pro to give
man.
away.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
we
and-
roll, yo.
And Bobo's got some cool stuff, man. They got a new battery dock that they just came out with. That's pretty cool. And they have a special project that's coming soon too. A new product that's supposed to be pretty cool.
I love their batteries, man. I love their batteries.
I know.
They're just like these things. Is like they're awesome. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're so quick, easy to swap in and out.
Yeah, like magnetized. I love it. Ding.
Ashes says, "Don't cheat me, yo."
Oh yeah, we did both of the other keys. So we have the two key. We have the two Steam key. We did Warplanes and we did Enough Unchained because we did those back to back. So we have the two Steam keys and the M2 Pro.
Finish him.
Get over here.
Oh,
Was
so
it
good.
Scorpion that did that move where he shot out the arrow and then you pulled him in and then death move? Yeah,
Yeah, the hook
Oh,
thing. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
I don't. Your Steam wheel's got 115 entries on it. Is that accurate?
Didn't you take off the duplicates?
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I don't see
Because
duplicates.
we're using my wheel for the Steam keys, and then the Reality Bytes wheel for our normal.
Oh, your wheel?
Polish Hammer, how you doing, man?
That
Thanks
not
for coming
work?
by.
I meant spear. Tasseled. I meant spear. Do you remember the movie, the Mortal Kombat movie?
Oh yeah.
Jesus. I love the music. I remember when I first heard that music. It was great.
I think
That
it's
was really
dumping everyone onto the same wheel.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
Brian
well,
Brand says
It's full of
150. Let's go.
we can work with this.
Just spin it. Just spin it. And if it goes to somebody else, we'll fix it.
No,
Yeah,
well,
we're just gonna.
I
gonna
can
spin
I
it.
can copy the ones that are already on the this for the Steam wheel. I can copy those, put those away. We can.
We're good. We're good.
Nope, we don't have time for that.
All right.
We're good. No worries, D. Good. We're good.
We're letting it rip.
Hell yeah. I like when we do things on the fly. Like I threw this stuff at D and Todd this morning. I'm like,
2 seconds before the
You
show.
like this. You like throwing this stuff at us. I have panic attacks, yo.
Wendy Cummings.
hey. Is that Wendy Cummings from the Multiverse app?
I don't know. Oh, like Miss Cummings. Oh, it could be.
Yeah, if it is, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That
I never
would be
put the
great.
name together. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. I hope it is.
So that was
Is-
for Superhot, and now we
Yep.
have one for what was the last one, guys? Traffic Jams.
Traffic jams.
Yes.
Traffic Jams. This is donated by Mr. Tasselhoff, by the way. Thank you, Tass. Appreciate it. And congrats, Wendy. Congrats. Well, what an amazing game to get Superhot. When's Superhot 2 coming? Super cool.
Never. They made a bloody crappy flat game, didn't they?
They
Instead,
did too.
freaks. Have you just flipped the music?
You did.
That's my ringtone, though. That's my
Oh,
ringtone.
is it
I was
really?
like,
No way. Is it? My
Yeah.
phone's ringing.
Well, they're giving me shit about Mario Brothers.
I love it.
oh, it's double GT.
Nice.
He didn't level up. He didn't get the mushroom and get bigger. He died.
I know, right? That's why he got denied at the end. Oh, that's awesome. Amazing. Another great game too in Traffic Jams, and Traffic Jams 2 is really cool too.
Dennis is mental
Yeah.
in that game.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. Crazy. All right, now this is the big one. M2 Pro. I like the M1 Pro better, but the M2 Pro is cool. Kiwi makes a good elite strap too. If you don't care about the battery, Kiwi makes a comfortable elite strap.
Yeah, right. And with the new Bobo B2 dock thing that's coming out,
Well, yeah, you can turn
it's going to turn your elite strap from anyone into a Bobo strap.
Yeah, you
Todd,
can
say it again. What is it?
So there's a new Bobo B2
Bubble.
dock come. Bobo.
Bubble.
Bubble.
Bobo.
He's got the- I call it Bobo. Bubble.
It's the Canadian version of Bubble.
Yeah, I like it. No, it probably is that. It probably is that. Bubble. Bubble.
Bobo.
Bubble.
Oh, I love it.
Let's give away a Bobo.
Bubble. Echo in the Future says, I have a Kiwi Elite as well as my wife now. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, so with the B2 product, you can put that on any strap. And it gives you the battery for the back of your strap.
Yeah, you can turn any strap
on
into a Bobo battery.
Bubble. Oh, he's gonna land on Artful.
I think it is.
No, Michelle.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
close.
it's close.
Oh,
yes.
that was right down to the line, man.
Possibility then. I was like,
That's amazing. So close. Awesome.
Nice.
Congratulations, Artful. Just message us. You can get me at MashDaddyCool at gmail.com, or you can message Todd at Lamplyghter at gmail.com. Or is it Gmail? Todd? Lamplyghter? Lamplyghter at gmail.com. Either one of us, and we will get you set up.
Artful, so can you do a re-roll, please, as he already has it?
Oh, really? Okay. We can definitely do that.
Let's do that. Can never get too much of the wheel.
Thank you for allowing us to do the reroll there, Artful. We appreciate it. We'll give that to somebody to make them real happy. Let's rock and roll with the reroll.
Guess I should share it.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna put it on there. I like that you got the new logo and the wheel already. That was quick.
Oh, I tell you, speedy.
It says to be Christmassy, this version of this song.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got a bit of Christmassy vibes there.
Sadly, it's
Yeah.
Nibelheim. Sadly, it's Bradley.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's Bradley.
Nice. Very cool. Congratulations, Bradley.
Congratulations, Brad.
Bobo M2 Pro. And
He's probably got
that's
like 3 of them.
awesome.
I would probably re-roll that, to be honest.
Yeah, why don't we do that? I will message Brad, and if he did want it, I will take
Don't
care
tell
of
him.
Don't
Don't
even
tell him.
him.
His secret's safe with me. Don't tell him.
he'll make a video next week. Well, wow, I was watching this.
Yeah. Look at my phone's ringing.
But you're right, though. He's probably got 12 of them.
3 of them.
Probably got the next one already, the new one.
He does, yeah.
Probably he'll make it.
Sim.
So, yep.
Sim.
Yeah, there we go. Congratulations, Sim. Amazing, awful,
Congrats.
awesome piece, and I'm sure you'll love that. But, congratulations. And Bradley had his own cool news this week too. He kind of went along the same lines as us. GT, he's going to be doing some work with Live now.
Nice.
That he just announced. I think it was yesterday or the day before. He kind of announced that. Yeah. So it's really cool to see everybody, you know, trying to branch out and do things that they want to do in the industry. And you know, that's what he was saying too. It's going to bring him a lot of time to add to his channel too. So
Nice.
I love that, Todd. That's too good. Poor Caillou, man. Poor Caillou. Well, guys, I think this show was a huge success. I mean, we had a ball doing it. It was really something like I said, we want to do for a long time, and I think I'm gonna mark it as a success. Check mark success. Good show, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's it's one of those conversations that we could sit here all day and just keep talking. So.
Absolutely. But we'll say this: we are going to. You'll see us here on this channel on Saturdays at 1 p.m. We're going to try and do 2 times a month, depending on schedules. So it won't be a set time. What we'll do is we'll announce it usually at the beginning of the month. We'll try and give you guys a heads up to see when you can catch us. And we will be back soon with some amazing new stuff. GT, anything you want to tell anybody about you got coming up? Or
no, but I just want to say thank you ever so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's been lovely, and thank you to everyone who watched and listened. And yeah, cheers, thank you.
Absolutely. Todd, anything?
No, we got some new YouTube content coming up next week. We dropped a couple of informational videos today or yesterday, but nothing big in the hopper right now. So,
D,
thank you, D.
You're awesome. Thanks for running the wheel. You did a great job. Go, girl. Huge success. Awesome. All right, guys, we will say goodbye to everybody. Make sure you guys go catch Virtual Strangers tomorrow. They're going to have a great show, the boys, for Wes and Roots. As always, go to GT's channel and subscribe, guys. Amazing stuff happening over there every day. You know, GT has one of the best takes in the business on what you should be playing, what you shouldn't be playing, and he has his fingers on the hot button with developers and helping create and carve and cultivate what you will be playing and how much you'll be paying for it sometimes too, right?
Yes, it was Knock. Yeah, Knock.
So it's a big thing. But guys, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate it. We will see you very, very soon. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Peace out.